Hello everyone and welcome to this first Adobe Express challenge. Maybe it's not your first, but it is my first and I am very excited to be here with all of you. So let's go to the chat right away and I want to say hi to everyone because we have been chatting right before going live. So I want to say hi to Robert, hi to Keys, hi to Clever Devlin, Jacob, and Idara, Ray, it is so nice to see all of you here. So without further ado, we have a big project for all of you today. And if you want to download the file, it is a remixable template from Adobe Express, obviously, and I will walk you through every little step of this process. So of course, I have made for you a presentation which you can also access within the files on Adobe Express. So the creative challenge here will start from a project that I have done with probably most of you, which was the designer confession. Hold on, I'm just gonna go back here. Designer Confession zine that we have created together that I have printed. And this was created from a past challenge, June challenge in Illustrator, but now bring it back to this one right here. So we can have a better look right here of some of the spreads, which is fun. And if we have time, we will do a draw at the end so you can have one of those zines for you. Just putting that little incentive out here. So this is another mock-up of what it looks. And in order to start today's project, I wanted to have an AI image. So what we will be doing is a comic reel in order to promote the zine, this newspaper zine. So in order to get the image that I really wanted to achieve this vision that I have, I needed to use this image reference and with this prompt. So the look and feel of this newspaper zine is very much vintage, and I wanted to have like a, very specific type of image. So I did a bit of work ahead of time, and again, referencing the image and using the prompt, which you can also use. You can crop and copy paste this image and use it for your own if you wish. And I have pretty young women with glasses, freckle, long, dark brown hair. I did, even though it's in black and white, I wanted to make sure that it was brown and not blonde just because it offers more contrast, and we are working in black and white right now. So yes, brown hair, vintage pinup, reading the newspaper with a white background. So here, going back to my reference image, it is already, like, she is already holding a paper, which is great for reference, but I don't want to have that telephone. So that's why I brought it in Firefly. Now I know we're working in Firefly for a little bit here, but please bear with me. So once I am happy with the result, I am going to edit this and I want to go to generate fill. So again, the goal of today is to create a animated reel. So I want to make sure that it fits within those proportions. So what I did is I generated expand right here when we click expand, and just expanded on what I wanted to have for the image. I'm going to go small, and I'm going to go just a little bit out of proportion because I want to make sure that I have everything to work with. So I'm just going to do generate. It already knows how to fill everything. I don't need to add a prompt. And let's see what it does. Hi, Leah. Nice of you to be here. And I'm seeing the Never Ending Network on YouTube and SK Arif on YouTube. Hi, everyone, and thanks for being here. Oh, actually, this is quite fun because this is the first time that I have this type of result. Let me actually zoom in here. So they have added our model here sitting, which is fun, but I'm looking for something exactly like this. So standing, again, it's gonna go really well with what we are trying to achieve today. So downloading that, and now going in Adobe Express. So Before we get started, and I also want to mention to you that I have done a bit of work. You don't have to have a brand set up or a library set up in order to do this challenge. You can definitely create directly from Adobe Firefly within Adobe Express, but I kind of like the flexibility that Firefly offers directly. So this is why I've done it that way. So I do have a brand already set up for Designer Confessions, which is the zine that I showed you at the beginning. And I have added our little model here in asset. If you wanted to add it, very easy. You click plus, and then you go and find your asset to add over there. Okay, so let's go back to the front page and create a reel. So you have some sizes that is already offered. I'm just going to go to Instagram story because technically a reel is exactly that. And we're going to be doing a lot of duplicating and then adding some animations to this reel. So I want to start by creating a background. So again, as I have showed you, we have the newspaper and the newspaper feel. This is the rendering that I want to offer for the background of this reel. So I'm going to go into media, which I'm already in, photo, and I'm going to do newspaper background and see what comes up. I'm already liking what is coming up. I have the paid version, so I'm going to use this, which I will then turn and expand like so. What I like about this is if I actually zoom, I hope that you can see this, but you can see that there's already a texture. But in order to emphasize that more, I will add another layer of texture. And here in the photo media, I will add noise texture. Noise as if it is like a camera or like that snow that, do you call it snow? I call it like, we call it snow in French, like whenever that the TV goes, you know, and it's all like grayed out. So I'm going to add this right here, turn it around again, and expand it so it covers everything. And you might be thinking, Izzy, we can't see anything. I know we're getting there. We're just gonna go to the opacity right here, bring it down, like very much all the way down. Because I just want a little bit, just to emphasize those contrast. And I like this right now. I'm going to select both of the background. I'm going to group it. And I'm also going to lock it. Now, it did take me a little bit of time to find that lock option. You don't have to lock it yourself, but what I suggest is just because we will be moving things around, you always have access to your layers panel on the side, but by locking it, you know that you won't be fiddling or selecting the wrong thing. So let me just lock that right here. Perfect. Now, I want to create a fun background. So I have taken the time to create some mock-ups, as you saw from the presentation right here. If I go back, those are the mock-ups, and I have brought all of them within my library. Again, just trying to work efficiently. You don't have to do this. Oh, I forgot to show you. I actually had this prepared for you too. This is the result in bigger, but we saw it. Okay, so going here to my brand elements, if I go down, I can see my assets, and we have the assets here. If I do view all, this is everything that I have brought into my assets library. So I'm going to choose a few. You just have to click on it and it magically appears. I will be expanding on it and make it big because I want to be able to cover the full background with it. going to do the same thing again, going back to my brands. And if you are new to the Designer Confession zine that we have here, the intention behind it. So first of all, I like to work from real projects in general, even if it's for myself, if it's for a challenge or something like that. I like to push my own design boundaries with whatever I'm bringing to you for the content of the live stream. But also I like to put in like my own little personal twist to it. So for this, it's actually all confessions from my desktop as being a freelancer. So it goes from, you know, putting all-nighters, meeting people and being disappointed when I meet them, like design heroes. It has happened a few times. There's also a big piece that I have endometriosis, and sometimes I have to work in my bathtub with my laptop on the side because I am in so much pain during that period of the month. So it is very much something that is quirky and personal. So whoever gets to have a copy at the end, you'll get to know all my secrets. Not that there's much secrets to tell, but you know, just for the fun of it. Okay, so I am very happy with this. It is covering somewhat everything of the background. Now, you're maybe saying, Izzy, I don't know where this is going. And you are absolutely right, because let me backtrack a little bit and I want to show you what I want to create with all of you. I want to create a comic strip reel like this. So you're seeing it right now in static mode, but I want to be creating it with animations. So by creating the background, right, we will be adding an animations to this, but in order to create that and making sure that it is the same with every frame that we are creating, it has to be created static first, because what I want to do is bring all of the newspaper like in, and then at the end of the reel out. And the sound effects is an added bonus for you. I hope that you liked it. Okay, so going back to this, I will add sound. So you might not be able to hear the sound here, but in order to create a video, adding media to it, like sound or even another video, will just allow for that timeline to appear. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go to audio, and I want something upbeat. Oops, I need to spell it properly. That's what happens when everyone is watching. That's totally cool. I'm just gonna put this, and as you can see, it has added this timeline, which is great. Now I'm just going to bring that sound down because I don't want it to be overpowering, but this is exactly what I wanted, because I want to go to the 3 dots over here. I'm actually going to make that shorter and duplicate it. And I'm going to do that 4 times. Duplicate. And let's do another one. And if we don't have time, because we're already halfway, this is insane. This is going by so fast. Okay. So here, what I want to be doing now is selecting each of the newspaper and go to the animation on the side right here, and then add drift. And I will be doing so for the rest of the newspaper. Just make sure that you are on your first frame of that video. Same thing, drift, but here I will see here when you hover, there is that kind of like adjustment icon that is popping. If you click, you can change the duration, you can change the personality of the animation. What I want to do is changing the location where it's coming from. So I'm gonna do other side, and then for the one at the bottom, I'm going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to choose it that it's coming in from the bottom. And I'm just going to give that a play so we can have a look of what that looks like. So there you go. And I'm actually, for the sake of it, just going to remove the audio. The reason why I have copied everything before adding the animation is that I did not have to remove the animation afterwards. Again, you want to be working smartly where stuff is not taking too much time. And the reason why I did it like that, it's because when I was preparing that live for all of you, I did make it the other way around, and it took me a bit of time to fix. So this is the proper way of doing it. Now, again, going back to your brands, I have already downloaded my model. I have also taken the time to remove background right here, which you can also do directly here by removing background. So I could have downloaded the version with the with the white background. And here is my model. I'm actually not on the proper layer. I want to be on the first one. Oops. Let me start that over. Making sure that you're on the first frame right here. Oh my gosh, Robert, you're giving me anxiety. I know I need to speed up. I have what the end looks like, so we're all good. Perfect. Now I like this position here for our model. And what I'm going to do next is, because we want to do an animation comic strip, correct? So we're going to go here in elements, and elements has a ton of shapes. So I'm going to write speech bubble, and it's already showing up. And I'm going to go to shapes right here. So see how it's giving me a ton of options. I really like this one here, and I think that the black is very fun because it's giving a nice contrast with the background. I'm going to position it right here, and then with my layers panel, I will bring it right at the back. And then again, coming back to my brand, using the text, I will add text. I will put it white because it's going to go in the black bubble. And because I have already added my fonts within my brand kit, I can just click here, and here is all, if I click here, this is all of the fonts that my brand is using. There is a lot for a full brand, but again, we were having fun with the fonts here in the design. So I'm gonna be using this, and I will write hot off the press, which is an expression used back then when the newspaper would come out. I will be bringing this right on top of the bubble right here. I will be selecting the bubble and the text. This is hard because there's a lot of elements. I'm actually going to lock our little model here. Lock. Woo. This was definitely an ambitious project. Okay, so let's add an animation. This one we will do a fade. I kind of like the rise because it's basically as if she's talking, and because the text is white, if we look at everything, it's kind of cool because it's like giving it some life. Let's see. Woo! Perfect. Okay, so now we can come here and unlock our model. We can just click right here. We're going to copy it and add it. The fact that it's been on the first frame, when you copy it, it's actually going at the exact same place, which is super fun. Now, for the sake of time, because I'm noticing we have, I know, Robert, 6 minutes. I will do this very quickly, but you kind of get the idea where you can animate stuff and then change from frame to frame. So here I will, again, go into our elements and our speech bubbles. And I really like this one here. I'm going to make it bigger, bring it, just gonna tilt it a little bit like that. And this I like because it's as if it's like she's reading the newspaper and the content in it. So coming back to my brands, I have some of the elements that I'm using inside of the printed zine. And here, I'm going to animate this as well. So here, animate. I'm going to go to the loop. The loop one is a little different. So the ins is when everything is sliding in. The loop is something that is always happening. It's going to literally loop. And then the out is to bring everything out. So here I'm going to give the jitters and I'm going to make it very intense and just having a big speed. So if I go here, I want to center it. It's driving me crazy. If I go from here, if we watch it from the beginning, goes from this and then perfect. And now I'm going to bring our model back again and selecting our newspaper, I'm going to do the animation out. So we had drift, quickly, out, drift, going to do it from the other direction. Same thing with the last one, animation, out, drift from the bottom. Ideally, I would add another speech bubble and I'll show you the end result. And I'm going to just delete this scene right here. Delete this one too. You know what? I think I have time. Let's do another one. Speech bubble. We'll do this one. And we can add a call to action saying, get your copy. And we'll put that in white right here. Make it smaller. And again, add an animation to, I think we had fade. It was fade like that. Oh, no, it was not that. It was rise. There you go. Okay. And now we can put everything together. So let's see how that looks. And then, and it's coming out. Get your copy. Ideally, we would do another slide and I'm going to show you the final result, which is actually within your remixable template. You can see everything. So here is the last, not that, sorry, the final outcome of everything. Here you go. There's multiple topic. It's juicy. Designer confession, get your copy. So this is like a different frame for a reel to grab someone's attention at the very end. And, you know, they might want to see the animation again and you maybe want to have that second view because it is so fun and it went so quickly. So this is how you can create an animated comic strip reel. So I can't wait to see what you will be doing. And in Discord, feel free to upload your projects. You can always download from Adobe Express from the right top corner. You can upload as an MP4. Again, can't wait to see what you will do. We will continue working on this series again for the rest of the September with different stuff in Adobe Express. And Robert, you have been giving me a countdown, so please message me on Behance and I will send you a designer confession zine. Thank you so much, everyone. See you soon, and I hope that you had fun. Bye.